All right, good day, Hillwood. Welcome in. It is the Hillwood Athletics Coaches Show. Joining me is our athletics director, head basketball coach, head boys basketball coach, Coach Froedden. How you doing, man?
Doing great. Glad to be here.
Good, man. I'm happy to have you on. This is episode 3 of the Coaches Show. We've done 2 previous, talked with Coach Stewart, focused on football and girls soccer. We've launched this show. It's going to be a good one as we keep on. How are you? How have you been?
Pretty good. You know, we're full-fledged now, kind of getting toward the back end of fall sports, and it's always a good time when the leagues are starting to change and football season, weather breaking, and football season full-fledged. You know, it was a good weekend for Tennessee football. Absolutely. You know, the Vols winning and then the Titans pulling out one. So hopefully the weather change is going to be good for all even the little toppers.
There you go. Yeah, we got a big one on the road this weekend against Oklahoma. It's a very winnable game, and then we got homecoming next week, Thursday, October 6th against Glencliff. So the atmosphere I can only imagine, from what I'm hearing, is going to be outstanding. And so far the atmosphere has been great this year, and I think that you and your team have done a great job. The students have done a great job of participating. The student section was very lively against Greenbrier. Just the atmosphere, the overall atmosphere has gone way up since I've been here.
I think that, you know, kudos to our students, right? I mean, we've got some students that really wanted to end this last final climb year on a big note, and student participation and school spirit is a big part of that. And you know, we're not having the greatest football season in the world, but I think our students, regardless, are coming out full force and having a good time and creating an atmosphere that's fun. So we're glad.
Absolutely, and we're grateful for it too. And I know it makes a difference. It doesn't seem like it sometimes with the results, but it does make a difference when the students are loud and rowdy and having a good time at the game. It can affect the other team, and that's what I want to get to as we go to Lawson. But talk about the process of kind of building the atmosphere from day one that you stepped on campus to now, as far as building it from where it was to where it is.
Yeah, the bottom line is you have to have somebody with a vision, and then people have to buy into that vision. Then ultimately, that vision has to be put into place, and I think it's a process, right? I mean, you know, the first thing I did when I got to be athletic director here is I met with every single head coach in a one-on-one meeting for about an hour, and I just wanted to hear what they had to say and where they thought the program was and what they think they needed from the athletic department and what they needed from the school, and ultimately how are we going to be excellent? And you can't do it overnight. You know, it's a process. It's probably a 4 to 6 year process to develop a culture of anything. So we know that. COVID probably put us back a year, but at the same time, we're still striving, and I think you still see things continue to improve in athletics. And so I'm excited. I'm excited about this year. I'm really excited about the future of what's going to happen moving into a new facility and those kind of things. So, no, I think we're right on track. But the biggest thing that came out of those meetings for me was that, man, we have some great coaches. We've got great people in this school. And you know, everybody's in their box a little bit. And me being an athletic director, I had to get outside of the basketball box and go into other people's area and just see what they were seeing and thinking and feeling. And it just what came out of there, and I told Dr. Schaefer this after that series of meetings, is, man, we've got some really good people doing it for the right reasons. So I'm encouraged.
Absolutely, and you should be. Seeing the atmosphere on this past Friday night, I would keep mentioning it, but just seeing that it was uplifting, because I'm like, okay, this is what we got now. Wait till we get to the new school when we get a little bit more of a base. So what's it been like connecting with the students? That was kind of the final piece, I guess, right?
Yeah, you know, I met with Miss Panzarino, who's going to kind of take the head of the Spirit Group, and they've got all kind of great ideas. And they're, with the social media wave the way it is now, it's so easy and fun to get people to take pictures of themselves at the game.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to
Instagram Live.
Oh my goodness, all that stuff. But they're going to get to, you know, I think we've got it now where after the third game that they attend, and they're going to take a selfie and upload their self at the game. On the third time that they do that, they get a T-shirt that they're a full-fledged member of the student club. So they got to do some work to get there, but that's the fun part, right? Trying to figure out how to get people engaged and keep them engaged.
And that's all events, right?
And that's all events. Any event they come to, an athletic event, they just take a picture, and the third time that they're a full-fledged member. And we want to, you go to the Williamson County schools and Rutherford County schools, and they have these wonderful student sections that they have a blast. Our students just don't know what it's like. They don't know what being in a student section and the fun that you're going to have doing it the right way. But now we're starting to figure it out.
We're starting to figure it out, absolutely. And you get theme dress-up days. You get student-led chants, and you just start to have fun. I know when I didn't get to experience it in high school when I was for the football side of it, but I did for the basketball side. And our head coach's name was Coach Flynn, and we were the Flynn's Fanatics. So we all had matching T-shirts.
Love it.
And so we made it a nightmare on opposing players and teams.
How about that first pep rally, right? First pep rally led by the students. The cheerleaders did a fantastic job leading that. I thought our student body started to get into it more and more as the pep rally went on. And then I think, you'll see a homecoming pep rally that'll probably go to another level. And then hopefully as we move into the winter sports, we can actually see the top of it come off, just really have a blast. So we're getting there.
And a lot of it's just student ownership, like them taking ownership of the process of creating that student section and creating that vibe, and it's doesn't feel, to them it doesn't feel forced, I can only imagine. So it's it looks like it's a lot of fun, and I'm glad they're doing that. So whatever that is, just keep that up and keep that momentum going. And any underclassmen that want to take over that leadership role when we get into Lawson, any juniors, go ahead and start thinking about your ideas now. Go ahead and start planning that stuff, because if you don't, it's going to pass you by, and then we're going to, whatever. So, and Ms. Panzerino is doing a good job with that as well, and I look forward to seeing that kind of progress. So, what's on tap for winter sports? Talk about boys basketball. What are y'all doing right now?
Let me back up a hair, not much, but on the 21st, the last football game, we're making this a spectacular night.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cluster night.
It's going to be cluster night, so we're inviting all the elementary kids and their parents to come on campus. We're inviting alumni to come back to see that last football game. We're inviting middle school teams, and we want to announce them during the halftime of the game. We'll also have senior night, be the last night for cheerleaders to cheer, football players to play on our campus. And so it's a big night, but at the end of the night, we're going to start moving into winter sports, and we're actually going to do what we did my first year here, which was have a Topper Madness.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so first year we had Topper Madness after the last football game. We're going to bring that back. And so probably somewhere around 9 o'clock-ish, we'll rotate everybody into the gym that wants to hang around. We'll feed the students pizza and have them have a good time. Music will be going. Cheerleaders will be cheering. Hopefully we get the band out there and just have a big night, have some competitions. I think we got maybe 3 or 4 guys that can dunk the ball this year.
Dunk contest. I was going to ask with Coach Ski gone, is there going to be coaches entry into the
well, he couldn't dunk.
He couldn't.
No. He could shoot, but he couldn't dunk. But
shootout.
We will definitely have some shootout contests. Some old alumni here. The 2 greatest centers, arguably in Nashville history, both went to school here.
Oh.
Charles Hathaway is one who went to school here, went to the University of Tennessee and graduated from there, and was a phenom in high school playing here at Hillwood. And then Joe Bailey, people don't know that name in high school as much, but then he went on to be Belmont University's all-time leading scorer and had a tremendous career. I actually played against him in college when I played, so I know both of those guys well. They're excited about getting an alumni game for that Saturday. They're going to be here as well for that next day. I think the homecoming game is a Thursday.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's a Thursday because it's right up against fall break, and so typically,
last day of school.
Yeah. When the yellow buses aren't running, it gets to be tricky getting our kids to school. We end up having to spread out and go make our rounds in those cases. So But that, I'm looking forward to homecoming. That's going to be a fun night, electric night. I'm looking forward to cluster night. I think that's going to be incredible too. I think the middle school kids seeing this atmosphere and knowing that it's going to transfer into a brand new school should hopefully, the ones that are on the fence about going to Pearl and Hillsborough and East and all that.
You don't do it.
It's
just a mistake. I mean,
those that are on the fence are probably.
We're going to have the best of everything. And for anybody to want to go anywhere different,
it's a mistake. Exactly, it's a mistake. So that's, we're gonna have brand new facilities, we're gonna have brand new everything, and it's gonna be a state-of-the-art facility on top of the hill, down in the athletic complex. It's gonna be a beautiful scenic drive-in. I'm actually going to take the tour tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, I'm doing the tour, so we're gonna get some video of that. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm taking a couple students.
It's going to be tremendous. If you get a chance, and students, when you see this facility overlooking the football field, the baseball field, the softball field, the soccer field, and you stand on top of the balcony overlooking all these facilities, you're just going to believe you're in a different place. It just the scenery itself just makes you feel like it's a special place.
Absolutely, and it should, absolutely should. So if anybody's thinking about it, if anybody's trying to make that decision between Nashville Christian and spending the money or coming over to a nice facility, again, I don't see any downside here. I really don't. And it's going to be, the atmosphere is going to be good. What we're establishing, the stuff that we talked about. But again, I just don't see any reason. You'll see some video of the progress of James Lawson High School. And also, I know Coach Mitchell, and we've been kind of setting up the. This is my daily make Coach Mitchell make him nervous by thinking I'm going to reveal some stuff. So the colors are going to be.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Not green and white.
Yeah,
so
I remember.
No, it's going to be garnet and gold.
The big reveal is coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up on November 2nd.
November 2nd. So we'll have a bunch of people out. Predators and the Titans are all going to be a part of it, and so we'll be down there at the community center in Bellevue and reveal it. But I'm excited about basketball season. I've just kind of turned the corner a little bit, Corey, on thinking about basketball a little bit. So I'm excited about this particular group.
It's getting closer. When do y'all officially start?
We start officially on the 31st. Halloween will start Monday, but our guys have been doing a lot of conditioning and preparing and doing some of those kind of things. And 7 seniors. So this is a year we can't say we're young, You always have excuses. We're young, we're little, this group is old.
This old veteran group, so they've been with you. They've been with this group. This is your first full cycle, right?
This is the 4th year, and so this is the first time that all the guys that are on the team have been with me entirely. So we're excited about it. It's a good group of kids. We had all the players and the cheerleaders this past weekend at my house, about 50 people. I know I'm a little bit crazy.
Hillwood Hoops on Instagram, you can go see the pictures.
Yeah, we had a blast though.
That's an actual Instagram account that you can follow.
Please follow Hillwood Hoops. But we had a blast. They got to grill out their own hot dog on the fire pit.
Yeah.
Had a little Moe's action.
There you go.
We watched the movie Coach Carter and just had a blast. So we looked over, actually take our guys on a camping trip the weekend before we start officially and do some bonding, team bonding and things like that. Did a car wash already, so we're pretty active right now, and this is the time we kind of prepare for the season. And we've got great coaching staff, and so
you have some new guys. You have some new coaches.
Yeah, I got one new one. Coach Thompson's been with me since I've been here, and then Coach Highland came on just at the start of the season last year and been with me a year now. And he's now working with the English department.
So he's new-ish.
He's new-ish. He does a great job. No job too big, too small for him. He's just a worker for sure. And then I get a chance to add Coach Gibbons to the mix. Coach Gibbons has been a head high school coach in the area for a number of years. But we go way back when we're both 24 years old.
Oh, yeah.
I got the head coaching job at Hillsborough, and hired Coach Gibbons to be my assistant. We worked together for 3 years before I left Memphis. But to get him back on staff, I've told people this. In all the years I've been coaching, and I think this is year 31 now, I've never had a guy that's more detailed, attention to detail as he is. And so to have him on staff is just a godsend. We're excited about having him. Yeah, great staff. Gonna absolutely miss Coach Ski and his energy. He was really
We need to buy a
fantastic.
house.
Yeah, we need to buy a house. Coach Ski's your guy.
So, okay, but before we wrap this thing up, that's not the only new addition to the Hillwood Athletics family. Coach Brady Froedden comes in as the new strength guy. We haven't really got a chance to discuss what the impact that he has on all the programs. So I'm gonna let you do that.
Well, Coach Brady Froedden is been fantastic. He broke his finger yesterday playing some football. You know that?
I knew he broke his finger, but I didn't know what
Playing with
happened.
football.
Oh
Messing
man,
with football. Apparently,
Yeah.
his hand-eye coordination didn't click at the right time. I don't know, but he broke his finger. But he is our performance training guy. And what he does is he gets with all the athletes and has specific plans for every sport, every athlete in the school. And has done a tremendous job getting off to a great start. Coach Gibbons is actually in there working with him during the school day, but then Coach Froedden takes over in the afternoons and works with football, works with cheerleaders, works with volleyball, basketball, wrestlers, you name it. He works with all the athletes and works with the coaches to make sure that we're getting the first class performance training stuff. This is a guy that has his master's in this stuff. This is a guy that's worked at Auburn University and worked with their basketball program at Auburn. This is a guy that's worked with the United States Festival group. So he's very qualified, and we're grateful to have him. So.
absolutely, and it's invaluable to have somebody like that on the staff because it kind of frees us up to do more sport-specific training with them, and some above-the-neck type training with our athletes as well. Because and it's also provided balance in the weight room because like baseball, softball, basketball, cheerleading, tennis, football, basketball. They've all been able to get their share, and he's done a good job with the schedule. We've been able to get our shares in the weight room, and I'm eager to see what the gains are that we've made since he came on in mid-June. So he came on, hit the ground running, with his program, got the guys, back into, more sport-specific things, and so I can't wait to see.
You're going to really see the gains in year 2 more than year 1, but the foundation that he's setting is tremendous. And just you go into the weight room now, and the atmosphere and culture of the weight room.
You got to build that before you get in.
Kids are working. That's exactly right. Kids are working.
Yeah. So it's if we can change culture in the weight room, change culture on the field. I've noticed a difference with our group. I've noticed a big difference, and a lot of that we had some momentum when he showed up, and then it continued in the weight room. So like they kind of get it from different angles. So they, I think they're starting to kind of understand the team aspect of it and the making use of your time, being efficient and being effective. And I think they're starting to kind of understand that. Our kids, I'll tell you what, and even though some of the scores don't seem like we're doing anything, those kids, they fight hard, they play hard, they don't give up, they're resilient. I just wish that sometimes we could make the plays when they presented themselves, but that'll come with time. We're still relatively young.
I was going to say, when you put a lot of youth out there, you're trying to develop that confidence level to go make those plays. And if you haven't done it yet, you gotta do it before you do it. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. And
it's
so,
part of it.
they just kind of, they're going to have a really good leadership group next year because we don't lose a whole lot of people from football. So it's going to be good. And I think we got a young quarterback in the wings, and he's developing. He's coming along, Gage Arnold. So he'll be somebody that can kind of step in next year and really kind of get his feet wet at the quarterback position. He's gotten a lot of run this year, and some good valuable varsity experience. So we'll see kind of how that translates. But like I said, I'm excited to see what we do in the weight room. I'm eager to when the season ends, I'm eager to meet with Brady to talk about what we want to do in the off season, kind of just pick his brain. What plans does he have with the off season and making those jumps that you need to make from January up until spring practice, because that's the biggest strength gain that you can get in football. Because in the summertime, you're more conditioning for the sport and the endurance that it takes to play a game, play a full game. And then in the fall, during the season, you're just maintaining.
Right. Now when you guys finish your season, take a week or two off, then you get the strength gains. That's when you need the strength gains.
Exactly. So I'm excited about that. Well, we're gonna wrap this episode here. But you're welcome anytime. Don't be a stranger to the Hillwood Athletics Coaches Show. Make sure you follow Hillwood Athletics on Instagram. Make sure you follow Hillwood Hoops, Hillwood Football, Hillwood Strength. Make sure you follow all of the sports teams. I think there's what Hillwood Cheer. I think baseball's got an account. I think all the sports have an account now.
I think so.
So soccer, tennis, golf, whatever. You can follow all of it at Hillwood Athletics. I think you just go to Hillwood Athletics, you can kind of go. So, Coach Froedden, I thank you for joining us. Look forward to episode number 4 and what we got. Visit givetohillwood.com if you want to be a donor. Follow us on social media. You can follow Topper News right here as well. And then follow us when we rebrand over at Lawson.
Thanks for the invite.
Thank you. Take care. Go Toppers.